Hello!
Hi, welcome to the Lost Birds Knitting Podcast. I'm Allison, also known as Lost Birds on Ravelry and Lost Birds Fiber on Instagram.
Hi, my name is Danielle. My Ravelry username is BrightD, and you can find me on Instagram as Lady D Bright, and follow me if you would like. I don't post much.
Yeah, today is what is today?
Oh, sorry. Today is Wednesday, February 25th,
yes.
2015, and
Episode 27.
Yep, episode 27.
And I'm going to apologize in advance because I have a cold, and I'm probably going to be sniffling and blowing my nose the whole time, so sorry about that. If you're grossed out, just be forewarned. So let's get right into it with our projects for the week. What are you working on?
So I am working on a baby blanket for the Navy Marine Relief Society. They have a baby budgeting class that they give, and when you complete the class, then you get a handmade baby blanket that volunteers make.
So is this a new one?
This is a new one, yes. So I will show you if I could ever stop for a second. So here is the other one that I made. And it still hasn't been washed. The ends have not been woven in, and there's still a stain on it. So yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
It's really gross. Anyways.
I bet it'll come out.
I sure hope so if it's going to somebody. But yeah. Anyways, so there is that. It's been hanging out for a bit, and my cat at home decided she wanted to claim it.
Uh-huh. She left her mark on it, huh?
Exactly. So yeah, there's that. And the other item that I've been working on is just the barn raisin square that I was telling y'all about last week. And here it is now. It's a bit bigger, thank goodness. Been working on this while I've been working on homework, so that's nice. And let's see here. There we go. Oh, hello, there we go. That's coming out right about right. And that is, the yarn is called CJ Knit, and the colorway is called Ziva from NCIS. Yeah. So that's all I'm working on is baby blankets and barn raising squares. So like all blankets all the time apparently.
Okay. That's it?
That is it, because I've been working and doing homework and such.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean that like I wasn't scolding you. I was just making sure before I jump in.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, 1 second. I wanted to show this guy off real quick. I put polymer clay.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, around all of my crochet hooks. I think I have like 12 of these things. And then heated them up in the oven because I was having some trouble with my grip, and the crochet hook was too thin. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get a whole new crochet hook set because I don't crochet very often as much as knit. So I'm like, I gotta figure something out. And I found this on YouTube, and I'm like, yep, that's what's gonna happen.
I thought about doing that with mine too, actually. Does it work?
Yeah, totally. Nice? And since like when you
custom grip.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like legitimately mine. Yeah. It would not be comfortable in anybody else's hand.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it is really funny trying to watch my husband do it.
He's tried to crochet?
Yeah, his grandmother taught him how to crochet when he was younger. Okay. And I've been trying to convince him to do one of these baby blankets so that way he'll get a letter of
oh yeah, they get like volunteer hours for.
Right, exactly. So every 100
she can add to your like evals and stuff.
Right. Yeah. So for every blanket that you complete, it's technically 100 hours of volunteer time. so he can get a letter of appreciation for a blanket. But I always say he's started it, and he's gotten about 3 inches in, and that's about it.
Yeah. I taught my husband to knit once, and that was it. Yeah. Unfortunately.
But what's she working on?
Well, I'm continuing my
Weave all the ends.
Yeah, weaving all the ends mission, finish projects mission, whip the whippies, as the artsy knitter would say. Yeah, so I have these socks. I need to weave the ends in these knee-high stripy socks here. And so that's what I'm currently doing. But I've also finished a few other things. I showed this to you guys a while ago. It was a little baby bubble romper, and I finally sewed the buttons on and weaved in all
very cute
to the ends. So that's done.
Hey.
Yeah. And I also showed you guys this. So it's like a little baby. It's a little baby turban hat out of some hand spun, and then I made these no button. They're called no button baby booties on Ravelry.
So tiny.
I know, they're really little. They'll stretch, but babies are so little when they're born. But then I whipped out a pair of matching mitts too, so you know, whatever. I just wanted to whip out some mitts to go with it, yes. So I did it because I still had some more of this yarn left. And I also finished.
Hey, look at that!
Yeah, I finished my little mermaid cocoon thing. So there it is.
That is super cute.
All finished. I made a few alterations in the pattern.
So?
Well, so I was worried about running out of yarn. And actually I probably would have. So I shortened, like, this ribbed section here at the bottom is supposed to be maybe like 1 inch longer.
Okay.
And the patterned section is also supposed to be about maybe like 1 inch or 2 longer, but I think this is long enough. And also, so I still had a little bit of yarn, and I was like, well, maybe it'll be too short. So I actually, you can see the color change here. I took out the cast on edge and I continued the rib up, and then I put a little ribbon at the seam so you can cinch it down. I just wanted to use up all the yarn, and I even actually, it's hard to tell, which is good, but in the tail I striped some of the, there was some brown in this like skein of hand spun, and I wanted to bring more blue in, and I was also worried about running out of the yarn, so I kind of striped the where it started to turn brown in the skein with some it's actually just acrylic, so mix and match, hey, whatever. Whatever, it's for fun, you know, so yeah, I think it's cute. I'm happy with how it came out, so finish that, and then
very cute.
I'm also like trying to whittle down my stash here, so I had this is just a ball of, what is this? Save it. Loops and Threads Charisma. It's like a super bulky acrylic yarn, but it's really soft. Anyway, it was just like sitting in my stash, and I just thought I'll knit with it, why not? So this was a super fast knit. It's the capuchin hat. Have you heard of it? It's missing tassels. It's supposed to have 2. These are kind of like ear flaps. I'll put it on it, except my bun is gonna make it look really funny. It's more the kind of hat you wear with your hair down. But it's really cute. It's kind of got like ear flaps. It's almost like a bonnet, and you're supposed to just put little tassels and a little pom-pom or tassel back here. So I whipped that out really quick, except for the tassels and the pom-poms.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I did some spinning. I showed you guys this bobbin of yarn before that I had spun. I don't know if I had filled the bobbin yet, but I think I did. Anyway, didn't take it off of the wheel, but I've been spinning the other ply, which is just going to be a natural colored wool. So what I'm going to do, and it's a little bit thinner and more evenly spun than this, so what I'm planning to do is like spiral or coil ply those two together, and that's where you kind of like unevenly ply, so one ply is more straight and the other ply kind of coils around it. So there's that, and then I'm just gonna show you guys everything because I'm really trying to finish a bunch of projects.
Hey, all right.
And actually I'm also trying to figure out what I'm going to take to the hospital. I need something like brainless that I probably won't knit much on, let's be honest, but you have to have something available in the event.
Ooh.
I was actually thinking about casting on another Boneyard shawl.
Oh, sure.
The Boneyard shawl by Stephen West, because that's like one of my favorite shawls to wear around, because it's just like, it's almost a wrap, more like it's just really nice size. So, but I'll probably end up just like starting a pair of socks or something instead. So we'll see. And I also have, so I started these a long time ago. I need to finish them and get them out of my queue here. So this book here, Amigurumi Knits. I'm not gonna try and say her name. I'm sorry. It's a popular book. You may have seen it before, but it's an awesome book. It has all of these. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. It has all these. It has like vegetables and you can see a snail, all kinds of like sea creatures. It's got really fun little stuffed creatures and knits. But this octopus right up here is like my favorite. It's awesome and it's really fun to knit. And I have like 2 of these started that I have never finished. So there's this one. There's this one out of some hand spun. And like there's the head.
And is this an octopus?
Here's a tentacle. Here's all the tentacles put together. Yes, this is an octopus. So all I have to do is stuff it and embroider on some eyes and sew it together. So
did you think you're less further along than you are and what you actually are?
On this one? No. I knew I was almost done. I just never got around to it. So there's that, and then there's
I was hoping you would tell me that you had like knitting elves or something.
What do you mean?
Well, like, do you know the shoemaker story? And how when he goes to bed tonight, shoes magically appear in the morning, right?
Yeah.
I want those for knitting.
Don't we all? I want that for all my unfinished projects.
Right. I was like, can I have one for homework, please?
And then I have like the 8 tentacles all knit up for another one. And I have to knit the rest of it, but I need to get those done. So I'm going to work on those for sure. And let's see. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't know. I just have to figure out what to take to the hospital with me. And my hospital bag is pretty much packed except for my knitting. So, like I said, it's probably unrealistic. I did actually like knit a little bit with when Emrys was born, but I had like an IV in my hand, and
that would be.
I mean, obviously after a certain point, you're not thinking about knitting at all. So, but still, it's
if you are thinking about knitting, it's only because they're sharp objects, right?
Yeah. It didn't even cross my mind. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have to talk about. I'm just going to be weaving in ends over here.
Okay. So I didn't have any off course because I have so little things. So did you have any off course?
The only thing was, well, I really apparently like to play yarn chicken.
Yeah.
So I did it with the mermaid tail thing. Yeah. And I also did it with a capuchin hat.
I'm gonna say I saw there was a small tail on the ear.
Well, I ended up with like a little tiny ball, probably 10 yards or something left over, but I did shorten I shortened the crown, and I shortened the I can't talk, I'm sorry. The garter stitch section, because I could already tell that, of course I didn't gauge swatch or anything. And I decided I was gonna knit it with a different size needle than was suggested, and so.
Because you like to live dangerously?
I just, yeah, you know what? Throw caution to the wind. That's me. So, I just did it. That's how I do things. So, so anyway, yeah, I did adjust it a little bit, but it's fine because it fits fine. So, that was my only off course. It was yarn chicken week. So that brings us to our bird's eye view. What did you do this week?
I had a lot of work and homework time, and I'm woefully behind on my homework and paying for it essentially.
Oh no.
And we had some knit night, which was lovely. And last night, or not last night, night before last, for some reason I'm still thinking it was Tuesday. Then on Tuesday, we had one of my team members who decided enough was enough, and she wanted to voice some of her concerns. And her voicing some of her concerns involved a 6-hour conversation.
What?
It was a very long day.
That sounds like it.
And then it continued today.
To you? Just with you, or?
With me and my boss.
Okay.
So I actually calculated it between the three of us. We had 18 hours of potential work time.
Yeah.
That was confiscated?
Disrupted, yeah.
Disrupted. That's a much more diplomatic way to say that. See, you want my job?
No, I don't. Not at all.
And then it continued on today some. With another 2-hour conversation.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm pretty much talked out. Like, I don't want to talk at all anymore. And tomorrow I have my tonsillectomy. And So I will be going in very early in the morning to see the anesthesiologist, and my actual surgery is an hour later from that, and it's actually very cool. My team members put together what did my boss call it? Mushy munchies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Stuff you can eat when your throat hurts.
Exactly. So they gave me like the fruit puree packets and Jello packets and individual soy milk. Like they sell soy milk out in town here, in a whole bunch of different flavors.
In like juice boxes.
Yeah, in juice boxes. So I got they gave me berry vanilla and then sweet potato.
Interesting. I haven't seen sweet potato.
Yeah. So and it's not like sweet potato. It is
it's Okinawa sweet potato, yeah, which is
purple. Yeah. So, and they're actually, I think, sweeter.
Yeah, I think they are too.
And they're fantastic when they're baked or steamed. But anyways,
they're popular in Hawaii as well.
Yes. And but what do I want to say? So I brought that home and was just very surprised and very moved. So I had good and bad, days.
Yeah.
So, everything balances, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
are you nervous at all?
I am so scared. It's kind of ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I do everything in my power to stay away from medical professionals. Let's just be honest on that one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we all do.
Exactly. I am definitely not a person who is a hypochondriac, because I don't want to see them. They don't want to see me.
Yeah.
It's fine. So the fact that the tonsillectomy for me is not a requirement. It is an elective procedure. As a quality of life procedure for myself. I get tonsil stones real bad. I won't go into the details because it's just gross. And so I have elected to have my tonsils removed. So how it works, it's kind of strange because you have to call in the day before the surgery to find out when you actually need to be there for the surgery. Because this is an elective procedure, other people during the day may chicken out. So they...
Wow, that's interesting. I thought it was because maybe they'd bump you for more emergency measures. No?
I'm going to say that for this one, I think they're well prepared on it, So, yeah, that's what they've told me, is that people will call in last minute and say, I don't want to do it.
Huh.
I'm like, okay.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's... but I had a point to this. I did, I swear. I am afraid of the surgery because, one, I am extremely fearful of needles. And two, I'm also kind of curious what kind of random things I will say after coming out of anesthesia.
Probably all kinds of random things. I know I did when I had like my wisdom teeth out.
I told my husband he's not allowed to take video of me.
Yeah. I hope he does, because I would like to do that. And maybe we'll share it on the show. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be a good bonus video. I'm going to call him up.
He'd probably be like, sure.
Yeah, I know he'd be like totally...
He'd be down for that.
My partner in crime.
So he's actually really funny because he has to drop me off, like I said, early in the morning. And they made me sign a letter or I don't know, official document saying that I will have an escort from the surgery.
And, you know, since you'll be on laughing gas or whatever.
Exactly. So he's like, can I, leave while you're in surgery? I want to get some work done. And I'm like, I don't know if you can.
Really?
Yeah, because that's one of the things that was on the form was saying that your escort will stay on hospital premises.
Wow.
I was like, wow. I'm like, you may want to bring something to do just in case.
Yeah, bring that crochet blanket. That's actually a really good idea. I would suggest that to him.
Totally.
Because then he's still, like, doing something for work, kind of.
Yeah, that's true. However, I don't know how much he'd be okay with crocheting in public.
Really?
Yeah. Because
a real man would be secure in his masculinity. Just tell him that. Use that.
He'd probably give me the finger. I can hear it now. Shut up, Danielle.
That's so funny.
Because it should be interesting because I think that where you go for the waiting room of the surgery and everything like that is so deep in the hospital that there's no Wi-Fi.
Oh,
and so I'm like, dude, you are
in this day and age, yeah.
I'm like, you are SOL.
Games or anything, yeah. Although he can probably, as long as he's somewhere within the hospital, right? He can probably find Wi-Fi somewhere.
I mean, really, truthfully, if he stands outside, he can totally do it. He's technically still in hospital grounds.
Yeah. Well, good luck. I know. I mean, I don't mean that like it's something that.
I mean, it's technically considered a routine procedure.
You'll be fine. I know that. Yeah.
It should be interesting because they were debating on whether or not they wanted to use a traditional method of like a scalpel, or they have is it CO2?
I don't know.
Or they essentially like burn/freeze it off.
Oh, are you talking about like?
Is it
nitrous?
Yes, oxide.
Is it nitrous oxide?
Yes. NOS. Yeah.
I should know that.
It's the same thing that they use for fuel for vehicles.
It is? Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you inject it in...
Or I was gonna say, is that what it is? Nitrous oxide?
I think it might be. I'm just hoping that it doesn't leave a nasty taste in my mouth.
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
I think that stuff like evaporates really quick or something.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
But that being said, we will not be recording next week.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe I will have the throat capacity for it.
Yeah. You know what? I'll bring that up right now too. Like, our recording schedule coming up might be a little bit spotty because she's having surgery. I'm like obviously huge and who knows. I'm ready to go to the hospital at any moment and hoping to go to the hospital at any moment.
I'm going to say we might have to test out long distance recording.
Yes. Yes. That's another thing. A couple people have brought up concerns, and we do want to continue with my move. In case you didn't catch that episode, we are anticipating, my family is anticipating a move, an international move. Danielle will be remaining in Japan. So we would like to continue the podcast via Skype or some other long distance method. So all it's gonna take is some experimenting and
ingenuity.
Yeah, figuring out how we can do that. So but in the meantime, while we're here
with base internet.
Yes. Yeah, on your end. I might have to be doing the uploading from now on or something. I don't know. But Oh, yeah, I guess with Skype, too, it might be a little spotty.
I'm gonna say it's fine with my family.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are details. But anyway, until then, we are going to be trying to record normally, except that surgery, baby. Also, I have family coming here to help out and be here for the birth and all that. So, and then after I have like a pretty continuous stretch of visitors for a little while, and maybe some of them will be on the podcast.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are they fiber enthusiasts?
My mother-in-law does knit, and
Cool.
I convinced her to start a cashmere lace. Well, actually, I didn't convince her. She made this decision herself. I was like, "Are you sure you want to?" I think it's been quite a while since she's knitted anything, but she chose this beautiful cashmere yarn and a lace scarf
Pattern?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she started it while we were there visiting last year, and I don't think she's gotten very far in it. So I'm trying to get her to bring it along this time. And my mother, she is more of a seamstress. She sewed those lovely project bags that I showed on the show last time or the time before. She's a very talented seamstress. She does knit a little bit. She's knit a few things. She's not, I wouldn't say she's a knitter, but she has knitted in her life, and I'm also trying to convince her to bring a project that she wants to finish.
So, funny story.
Yeah.
My mom has an Afghan that she has been working on for knitting since before I was born.
Is this the like Red Heart one that you were talking about? It's like musty and stuff now.
It's totally musty, and it's made from Red Heart.
The old Red Heart.
Acrylic.
Vintage Red Heart. Huh?
That was purchased very early 1980s. And yeah, I really don't think that this thing would ever be finished in my lifetime.
Yeah. There are those projects that sometimes you should just let go. I'm not judging because I have them too. I'm sure a lot of us do. But it's hard because once you've put in a certain amount of work and or money.
Well, I'm going to say for this one specifically, it's just like, I'm going to be very, very rude and say a historical piece. Because, like, it's like...
It's a little out of fashion now, or
Well,
what?
it's not so much out of fashion as, like, one of those, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's how it was items.
Gotcha.
So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Things have improved since then.
It's like seeing an old refrigerator or something like that.
Gotcha. Sometimes that can be good. Well,
How do you appreciate how far
Maybe
we've
you'll
come?
inherit it one day.
Yeah. And then I'll like put some nice yarn on it and just for fun. Or like a modern acrylics or maybe that's something. Every generation can add a couple of inches.
There you go. Oh goodness. Okay, we're getting a little off topic here. So did anything else exciting happen for your week? I think
Nope,
you're done.
Pretty boring, yep.
I mean, I'm pretty boring too. I packed my hospital bag. Got that all ready to go. I did a little bit of dyeing of some wool. I'm like trying to get in all these little last minute things before I have a baby. So that's probably the last little bit of dyeing I'm gonna be able to get done. My mother-in-law is going to be arriving in just about 10 days.
Hey, alright.
So 10 days.
I would definitely like to meet her.
Soon. Yeah, you will. She's a very interesting lady. And What else? I don't know. We went, I don't know. I had like a bunch of medical appointments. Dentist, OB, stuff like that. And tonight was kind of nice. The weather was beautiful. And so we decided to pack up our dinner and take it to a little park that's close by, like within walking distance. And so we walked to the park, and Emer's found some friends to play with, and we ate our dinner, and it was a beautiful evening.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I think Colin did it a little bit grudgingly, but he's like, there's gonna be bugs. What is it with guys? Like, suck it up. It's all right. Like, shoo them away. It'll be fine. There aren't that many bugs.
I'm gonna say my husband's excuses in terms of like, you know, going hiking or anything like that. He's like, I have to do that for a living. Why are you going to try to make me to do that on my free time?
I know. Colin tries to pull that with me too.
Okay. He tries to pull it.
We're going. He's like, I've been through survival training. I don't ever have to camp again. That's his excuse. That's what he says. I don't ever want to camp or hike again.
Okay, since you've
That's
been
a
through
really long-term, like,
viewpoint
promise to make to yourself. Yeah, I went hiking once. Never doing it again.
It's like me in golf. I played golf once and almost threw out my back. I'm like, nope, not gonna do it again.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my boring week. Not nothing too exciting. In other news, I'm just like ready to be done with pregnancy forever. Do you know how hard it is to even like sit up straight when your belly is this big? Forget bending over or picking anything up.
Oh, she's moving.
Yeah, she is. I don't know if you can see that, but she's kicking a little bit. And when the baby is like this big and crowded, the kicking starts to get painful. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like super uncomfortable in general. I'm hot all the time. I can't breathe. I've got a cold now on top of everything.
So the title of this show might be Obviously I'm Huge.
Yes. That is certainly the theme of my life. I'm huge. And on top of that, like being in Japan, when Japanese girls are pregnant, they are like so little and cute. And they just have these little tiny bellies, and they're like, yeah, I'm 9 months pregnant and I'm ready to go to the hospital anytime. And so when I go out in town and I'm walking around and my belly is sticking out like 3 feet, I literally get people like gasping and like asking if I'm having twins, and they always think it's a boy. It's a girl. They always think it's a boy because they associate bigger. Well, I mean, I guess boy babies are generally bigger usually.
I'm gonna say not at first, right? I thought like girl babies were bigger right at first.
When they're born?
Yeah.
No, I think statistically boys are bigger. But I mean that's not always the case, obviously, but
here I think I was associating mortality rate with that with size. Because girl babies have a lower mortality rate.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I don't know all the statistics. But anyway, so
that's bad that I know that and don't have a child of my own, but that's aside from the point.
Yeah, so I'm just like really big and really uncomfortable and ready to be done, as you usually are at the very end. So like I'm hot right now, just the fan's on and everything, and I'm just like
I'm sorry I'm over here laughing, but
no, you gotta laugh about it. I'm laughing too. I'm just uncomfortable.
That's one of the few things that I hear about pregnancy all the time is that, one, pregnant women do not like random people touching their belly who they do not know.
Yeah.
2, don't say that, you look great, and, you're glowing when I'm super uncomfortable, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm underneath the impression of do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I know I'm at the end, and it's like senioritis,
Ready to be done.
It's like the last
Ready
week
to skip school.
Of high school, yeah. So, anyway, that's pretty much my life lately. So, enough about how big I am. Do you have any bird calls this week?
I don't have any bird calls. Unfortunately, I haven't really been doing anything interesting other than, work, homework, and hanging out with my husband while I watch anime cartoons. So.
Okay, well.
Oh, I've, the Zombies Run app.
Uh-huh.
So I pretty much almost took out my knees entirely running, so I had to slow down, and rest a bit, and, I found a Zombies Run 5K training app.
Oh, nice.
So it guides you through, like it does 10 minutes of walking, and then it does running drills, and then you can do 10 minutes of free form of whatever you want, whether it's walking, running, I don't know, skipping, whatever else.
Yeah.
But that has forced me to slow down just a bit, so. And I don't have any zombies chasing me right now, so.
That's good. Yeah, I've used an app like that in the past, and they're very helpful in slowly getting you, working you up to further longer distances. So, yeah. I have a bird call this week, and one day we went to the coffee shop. And I was knitting. I was actually knitting those little baby mittens. I had just cast them on. And a lady came up to me as she was leaving, and she said, "Oh, what are you knitting? I knit too." And actually, that rarely ever happens to me. That might be the first time it's ever happened to me here.
Where another knitter approached you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's like a lot of knitters in here. Japan, yeah. There are a lot, like when I'm out knitting, there are people that are interested a lot.
Sure, yeah.
But there's also like a language barrier or a perceived language barrier. So. But anyway, so her name is Mary Beth Logue, and that is her name on Ravelry as well. It's one word. And she has been in Okinawa for 11 years.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, she works on, well, I guess I don't need to go into all of her personal details. But she's been in Okinawa for quite some time, and she was very nice. And I said, "Oh, well, we have the knitting group that meets up." And she goes, "Oh, I know. I've been through several, reincarnations of it. And it's something that she's not usually able to make because of her schedule." But I also mentioned that I spin, and she said, "Oh, wow, I have a spinning wheel that I'm having trouble with," and so maybe she'll get in touch with me and we'll spin or something. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I love that you put your tissues there like a shelf.
Because I came prepared, like a real podcaster, even though I'm blowing my nose on air here.
Luckily there's not like a trumpet blast going on, but...
That's only because I'm trying to spare everyone, otherwise there would be. But, anyway, so I just wanted to say, hi, Mary Beth Logue, if you happen to ever see this, which I'm sure you won't, but it was still nice to have a
knitterly conversation.
Yeah, it was nice to have somebody come up and introduce themselves, so that doesn't happen to me very often, at least, so Did you get any mail?
I did.
You did.
So I got my things from Gail's Art.
Oh.
Pretty excited about this, not gonna lie. And stickiness. Okay. So I ordered this back in December. I finally got here. So this is your okay, so one second. One thing at a time, right? Okay, so I
You ordered this when?
Back in December.
Oh. It's just getting here.
Seriously.
Our mail's been super messed up.
I have a few things that are still in the works. That
Anyway.
So this is her Superstar DK. It's 100% superwash merino. 4 ply, 230 yards, 100 grams, and I'm trying to remember what the colorway is called. She doesn't have it on here.
Really?
Huh. Okay. Anyways, did any of them? Nope, not any of them. Okay. Wait. We have an invoice. I want to be able to tell you. Okay, here we go. It's called Fall Flicker, is what it's called. So I was hoping to make like a cowl or something out of this, and I thought it would be very, very pretty. I love like the red speckle dye.
She does a very good job with the speckle dye.
Right? So this one is Wonder Sock, and it's a superwash BFL wool with nylon, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 465 yards, 425 meter yarn, and this one is called Starry Night.
Oh, nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then we have a bit of Christmas yarn, because you
ordered it in December.
Because I ordered it in December, and if I'm gonna continue working on Christmas socks, you might as well have Christmas yarn too. Yeah. But anyways, so this is the Wonder Sock base again, and this one is called Peppermint Candy. So I just love it, seriously. Might as well just work on Christmas socks all year long. And what she sent along from with that yarn as a lovely little gift is this little
is that graffiti on asphalt?
Yeah, graffiti and asphalt.
I want that, but I can't buy anything. I can't justify it until I.
So it's a little sample.
That's what I want.
And
I should just get it.
It's the Wonder Sock base again, so it's the BFL, and I love how soft this is for BFL.
Hand it over.
Hand it over.
Yeah, this is BFL, huh?
Mhm. Because
very nice.
I would say these other two are the BFL too.
Okay. Yeah, that is very soft. I love BFL. Is it BFL nylon or just BFL?
It's BFL nylon.
Nice.
And it smells nice.
Very pretty. This is definitely one that I've had my eye on.
Mhm. I love her tags too. Hand dyed yarn and fiber for the artist in you. I love it. Anyways, did you get anything in the mail?
No, I'm not
yarn dieting.
Yes, I'm yarn dieting and everything dieting because, like I said, we're moving. I'm trying to move things out and
more
not
like
bring
a
anything
purge.
in.
I'm gonna say I see like an empty shelf over there.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. Colin's been doing very good. He's sold quite a few things already, and
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at my shelf back there that I still need to go through.
And so we're at the end of March. I'm gonna say my husband and I, every about 3 months or so, we go through and do a weight purge. And do we really need this?
Yeah, that's good. I wish we could. Yeah, I wish we did it more often. It's hard.
Well, and like for us,
it's hard until you're like you have some kind of motivation.
For us, it like is I think both of us, since we both work, don't have kids, we have a little bit more expendable income. That things tend to accumulate randomly.
Yeah.
Well, and slightly unknowingly. So
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, we have kids and they still accumulate unknowingly. Kid stuff accumulates
Unknowingly
a lot,
and
too.
randomly.
Yeah, so anyway, that's just the way it goes. So, I guess we've babbled on enough this week, huh? So, again, we're not recording next week, and we will have Spotty recording probably after that. Depending on when she feels better and when I'm going back to the hospital and visitors and all kinds of life
Happenings.
changes happening right now. So I'll try and keep you informed though on the Ravelry board. If you're not a member of the Ravelry group, go join and look for announcements and things. And introduce yourself, because I always love seeing who's actually out there. So I love when people interact.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we will see you guys not next week, but hopefully the week after. All right.
Thank you very much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go.
So big.
Oh, you're kind of due next month.